Hey everybody, it's Jordan, Crohn's veteran. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Today, I got my co-host CJ Cabrera. Say hey everybody, CJ.
What is
Uh,
Gucci, everyone?
and today, this morning during this show, we're just gonna be chopping it up about CBD. No guest for this episode, but it should be a really fun conversation. And CBD has been shown to help a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, and hemp products, cannabis products, and so it may not be for you, but but it does help CJ and I for IBD, ulcerative colitis and Crohn's symptoms.
Yeah, man. So, how long have you had been using CBD?
For me, only the last maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe. Like it kind of when that wave hit, it kind of became popular. Maybe a little bit. I visited like Vegas and stuff, and I tried a couple of things there, like gummies and stuff, and teas and things. But it's funny. I mean, I've really only tried like the oil, the CBD oil.
Mm,
I mean, I've never, to be honest, I've never actually tried,
the
like
flower.
the flour, or like any kind of like joints, dabs, whatever, like all that stuff. And so I can be honest and say
I
I've
know
no,
you definitely had tried the edibles though, like gummies or anything.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've done that stuff like that, and but my tolerance is so high for that kind of thing. I'm always like, is it working? Is it not working? And
Yeah,
so,
bro.
um,
Honestly, for me, I was looking like I might have to, transfer over to THC if the pain keeps getting bad. Because like all day yesterday, I was just smoking CBD, like indicas, like heavy indicas, trying to like,
mm,
like numb the pain a little bit. You know what I mean? And
right.
I legit back to back, I probably smoked like six bowls trying to feel something,
Mm,
man. And I was
of
just
the
like, fuck, come on, dude. Like
of the yeah,
I needed something hard.
right, yeah, the CBD, right, yeah. So I mean
Yeah,
that's
man.
yeah. I mean it seems like that might work. Yeah, if you're stone cold, maybe sober, so to speak.
Hmm.
That might help you out, and especially the whole. I mean, from what I understand, CBD isn't supposed to really get you high per se, and so
Exactly.
like I was, at best it might help with anxiety, depression, pain relief, things, like maybe some other.
Inflammation too.
Yeah, exactly, inflammation, and so. But as far as you watching SpongeBob on the couch and eating Doritos, that's probably not going to happen to you on at him. So
I mean, it could. I was there before. I reviewed black tie CBG flower. It's one of my favorites. God dang it. It's called lemon cream diesel. And
mm,
no, I'm sorry. It wasn't lemon cream diesel. It was Bliss CBG by Five Leaf Wellness. It was the first CBG flower I ever had, and I made a review on it. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ham. All right, so I'm gonna take two bong rips, and then I'm gonna smoke a joint, and then review it. Well, I'm gonna do both of them.
right.
So, like after the first two bong rips, I was like, dang, all right. This was coming back from a break, okay?
Mm,
So before this, I got my wisdom teeth pulled, so I couldn't smoke for like 2 weeks.
right.
So, being on a tolerance break and then taking two bomb rips and smoking a joint, I was fucking stoned. Excuse my language. I was pretty stoned. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, I
Right.
was literally, I like, you can legit go on my Instagram and like scroll all the way down. I have a video on there. And it's just like I'm just saying like, bro, I'm fucking high. I just smoked CBG. What the fuck?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Like
because
it honestly caught me off guard.
I mean CBG is kind of, I mean, that's, I wouldn't call it new, but it's definitely hasn't been marketed nearly as heavy as like cannabis products, or like or just regular old CBD products and stuff. And so it's, I mean, from what I, it's kind of cool that you've had it and you tried it and stuff like that, because even going online, there's very kind of few places that even really have anything, anything, yeah, anything that's just pure CBG. And so and that's supposed to be, to my understanding, really focusing on the inflammation part. That's kind of the benefits of it and stuff. And so it's
Yeah. Like it's the precursor to THC Delta 9 and
Mm,
CBD. Like there's different THCs and CBDs and they're like numbered and stuff, but if you guys didn't know, there's THC Delta 8, which is not like Delta 9. Delta 9 is the THC that helps you feel stuff like psychoactive feeling, you know what I mean?
mm,
Like the high that gives you that high.
right.
And everything in hemp is, under zero point 0.3 THC. But CBG is its own thing. It's the precursor to that. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
early stages of the flower being, grown and everything, they extract it early so that they can get those properties from the CBG and not the other properties from, CBD and THC.
yeah, so that would be my question. Yeah, so like, and you're, kind of, doing these reviews and testing things out. Um, what if any big differences? So you said that the CBG kind of, you really felt that. And so like, so if you did like a indica or sativa, like THC or something, like what would you say is the kind of the difference, for, your experience, between the two, like between that CBG feeling and that maybe like a, regular, THC feeling.
You know what I found? Like I was trying to find um CBG like sativa and indicas, but then I saw that CBG it's its own thing. Like
Right,
it's not sativa or indica, but
right.
like when I've smoked the black tie CBG lemon cream diesel, that feels like a sativa to me.
Hmm.
And then when I've smoked the Bliss CBG, that felt like a hybrid indica dominant
Mm,
because it was mostly like a body high along with the head high.
gotcha,
But
gotcha. Well, like,
CBG is really promising though for us. That is because it deals with GI problems, and that
yep.
is the main reason I picked it up.
And that's
Like,
the main reason I want to try it.
yeah,
It's just like, well, yeah, because it's kind of like Crohn's or colitis or whatever. It's like a Groundhog Day effect of symptoms type thing. And so anything that helps with that at all, especially something that's not really hurting anybody like hemp or cannabis products, all the better to me. So, um, yeah, so that's Yeah, so I'm like I was saying before, I've only had just kind of the tinctures and stuff, and so I just kind of wanted to speak on that, to anybody that's listening, is that there's a whole lot of you can go in dispensaries in some of these legalized states and stuff, and you can find CBD and all these other kind of things, but a lot of people may not be interested in going to dispensary, and a lot of people may not be interested in joints, blunts, dabs, and all these
hmm
things that are kind of associated with cannabis culture and stuff like that.
yes.
And so and so
There's
what
other products. You
exactly
just don't have to smoke.
right. And so yeah, there's also I want to speak on that a little bit. What other products are kind of on the market out there, and then kind of what those are those can be used for. And so yeah, so one of them would be like I guess the tinctures, the main one. Um, just doing it as CJ is displaying, and so right.
hmm
Hmm. And so that's effective. There's a taste to it, but it can be easily covered up. And so people put that in like to like kind of herbal teas, turmeric, ginger teas, and things of that
hmm
nature.
Oh man, speaking of turmeric and ginger tea, I have my turmeric and ginger tea right here, which I forgot to drink in my, Crohn's veteran mug.
right, right, right. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, because to me, like, yeah, almost to me, having a product that was just like that, like, it has all these, naturally anti-inflammatory, yeah,
Properties.
properties, ingredients, with an addition of a CBG ingredient. I think it's kind of what you were speaking to, kind of, your idea a little bit. And so,
Before when I first started, I started with District Hemp. Uh, no, I didn't start with District Hemp, but I moved on to District Hemp tinctures,
mm-hmm,
and their tinctures had like a little taste to it, like a little strong hemp taste. So
okay,
the way I would mask that, I would put them in my teas,
mm,
right?
mm-hmm,
So, but then with that being said, I saw a product in their store which was, CBD teas.
yeah,
It had like well, what was one of them? I think one of them was mint, peppermint, and then CBD, and then some other thing. But I feel like when I was taking those, um, they're slightly working. You could definitely taste the CBD in it, or you could see the little residue of the CBD from the
Mm,
little bag of the tea.
right. Oh, I got you. I got you. I mean, so I mean, it's funny because I mean those turmeric and ginger tea is definitely an acquired taste, and so it's
Oh,
not
you
as
definitely have to add some honey to
right.
it.
Yeah, it's kind of for grown ups. You know, that's
Yeah.
really and so but oh, and then so we were also
Do you have an H Mart around you? Do
and
you know what H Mart is?
is it like a gas station grocery store type thing or?
It's like I think it's Korean, or it's the
Mm,
Korean like market.
yeah, I got you. And
Yeah, but
we got places like that here, but I don't think it's called H Mart
yeah,
though.
but they have this thing where it's just like a jar and it's honey and ginger.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I add
Like,
that to my tea every morning.
is this so? It's literally just
It's
like
just
a.
it's honey and ginger. That's it.
That's,
But it's all mixed, and it's good. I actually like it a lot. I add it to all of my teas,
that's
honestly.
I mean,
It just adds flavor.
right? All right, man. So that I mean that's cool. So I mean that's it's like it's just funny because it's a, but I need that, and so I drink. You know, I'm really big on drinking herbal tea, drinking because to me that tea I've almost got to the point to where with tea like it doesn't have to be sweet, a little bit.
Hmm.
You know, depending almost like a health tonic or something.
Hmm.
Type thing. You know, like if you know if you put it, and so and so like I got others I can drink for that. You know, just but so basically some kind of elixir.
The magic elixir.
Right, right.
Man,
But yeah, so so also for anybody else listening that's considering using CBD, CJ and I were kind of touched on this before we started recording here that that the quality of what you buy is of paramount importance, and so
yes, I agree.
and so what in your kind of in the course of doing your reviews and looking at these companies and stuff, what are some things that people can look at or can kind of check out to make sure that they're getting a quality product in your opinion.
Oh, usually for what I do when I'm choosing a product is, I look at reviews first off.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I always ask for recommendations of people who've, used the product before. I always watch CBD product reviews on YouTube, and if I like the review and I see that the product slaps, I will go on that company's website, and then I will do some more probing, look for more reviews, see
Mm-hmm.
what the flower or the product is about, what it does, what it can do for me, and if I think it could help me, I'll buy it, and I'll use it. Sometimes I will use it first for like a couple of days to see if it actually works, and then I'll review it. But other times I will, just use it right there and then, and then tell you guys how I feel about it. You know what
I
I mean?
I I, I kind of like that way better. It's kind of like I think folks like the idea of experiencing something with somebody for the first time. You know.
I agree. It's more like, you're not faking the funk.
Right, right, right. Right, like yeah, I made a video about drinking golden milk, which is again a turmeric based drink or whatever, and
Yeah.
that was my actual first time,
Oh, I thought when I looked at the video you were talking about it, I was like, dang, so Jordan out here drinking golden milk.
right, right, and so that's my first time drinking that, and I was thinking to myself, man, I want to I want to do redo that video, but you can't drink it for the first time twice.
Exactly,
It's,
exactly. But that's the hard thing about doing stuff live. But
mm,
if you're just recording videos, you can do it as many times as you want. Like there'd
mm,
be times where I'm doing a video and I'll be talking and I'll just be like, fuck, I fucked up. And then I just
mm,
pause it
mm,
and then just like put it on again and then just like redo that part.
mm,
And like
yeah.
there's one video But I had the worst freaking time. Like I got so high that like I was in mid video. I was like, bro, I just can't function no more. Like I legit had to take like a 15-minute, 30-minute break, and I was just like,
just,
damn,
just to collect yourself.
just to collect myself. I was like, yo, I overdid it here.
Yeah,
Let
that's
me not take that extra bong rip that I usually do.
right, right, right. Yeah, I mean that's so funny. I mean, yeah. So I yeah, even right now while you were talking, I was like, what is? I'm about to follow up with something, but I forgot. So it's okay. It happens to everybody. But yeah, but we're talking about is that again, when you go on these websites, there's a lot of snake oil out there.
Oh
And,
yeah, also you got to check for the certificate of analysis on the
mhm,
website
mhm.
because they test all of their products or reputable companies test all of their products and they put that on their website. Also, when you buy from them, they should send you a certificate of analysis like this one right here. I bought hemp flower from Monroe Farms and they sent me the hemp flower, right? But along with it came this packet right here, and it's the quality control testing. I don't know if you can see that there.
A little bit. Yeah, a little
Quality.
bit.
It says quality control testing, Green Leaf Lab. It tells you where they're at. Tells you the sample. Like these things have like serial codes. Like
Wow. Yeah.
if you see that, it has like QR codes that you can scan it and it could tell you where exactly this product was made, when it was made, how it was made, and what it is. Like it tells you
Exactly.
everything. So
Exactly. And so yeah, and so then so kind of the point behind that is that companies or manufacturers or whatever should be freely giving this out.
and
And
that
so
also helps with like, uh fraud, I guess.
right.
Because, there be some people who, pass actual, marijuana
Hmm.
as hemp
Hmm.
even though they shouldn't, or medical marijuana and stuff like
Right.
that
Right.
as recreational. So that's why, they started with that QR code stuff.
Yeah, I understand. Like in Texas, like in the state of Texas, that they effectively you only can have hemp.
Yeah.
And so like more or less type thing even for medical uses or whatever. And so if you get caught with a bag of hemp, they're gonna immediately assume that you don't have hemp in your
Yeah. I
in
forgot what I was looking at that yesterday. It was funny that you're
mm,
talking about it. I
mm,
was looking up all the states,
yeah,
or 2 days ago, it was like all the states that where cannabis is legal medically
mm,
and medicinally and or not medicinally, recreationally. And I think I saw it was like Maine. It
yeah.
was like it's not legal at all. You can't even have if you have like I think it was like 0.8 grams, it's considered a felony.
And
A felony.
this whole like password system that we have going on is definitely not working. Like some people, yeah, so I'm in Nebraska, so the state of Iowa is the exact same way,
Hmm.
and so if you kind of venture off into Iowa, peace be upon you type thing. And so and so
Lord.
and so and so we just I know like the especially it's kind of a shout out to all the like we had the black experience type thing. There's a I think something like 11 times the arrest rate for black folks over white folks in Iowa.
Oh man.
So like
So
so like
people,
so it's
you feel like you guys are getting targeted,
yeah
or is this
because
it's just
Iowa's
easy enough because there's
I,
not as many of y'all
yeah, yeah,
out
but
there.
the crazy thing is that Iowa's like over 90 something percent, Caucasian, European, white or whatever, and then something like 1 point, like I mean, 2% or whatever. Like it's a really really low percent of African Americans in Iowa, and pretty much they're all in jail. Like so,
Yeah,
like
but the thing is, it's cool to, be in an all white state, but are they are they nice? Are they racist?
yeah. I mean, I'm in Nebraska, and so I'm saying, so I mean, there's my where I'm at and where I live, there's definitely worse places to be. I feel, my little corner of the world, I'm very fortunate. My neighbors African American. It's like a little cool little neighborhood and stuff like that. And
Nice.
and so like so I'm not really tripping over here, but it's like, but that's Omaha, and but we
Has anybody tried to be your friend, make you like the token black guy of the group?
oh well, I mean, pretty
Oh,
much,
I'm friends with Jordan. I'm not racist.
definitely. It's funny. It's funny you say that because somebody at my job, like a previous job that I had, said that exactly to my face, like,
Oh my God,
like,
no.
and so like, and like,
I'm
and I
not racist. I'm friends with you. What?
and the crazy thing,
I hate you.
and the crazy thing, CJ, the crazy thing about that is that, like, but you never walk over to my office. I always come over to your office to say hi to you. But apparently, you tell, no, 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 no. I may be a Trump supporter, and I may use the N word, but Jordan knows me. That doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
Jordan also hates you.
Exactly. Jordan also, thinks that you may be a nice person, but you're pretty ignorant. So, and so, so that's, so that's, so anybody out there listening, that does not get you a pass. And so, like, you need to have, relationships with people, like, are you hanging out, because, that same lady, we'll talk about how buddy and chummy we are at work and all that kind of stuff. And then we have a Christmas party, and you act like you've never seen me before, your life, and when your husband's there. Actually the whole table, all the women and all the women in my job, when they were with all their husbands at the Christmas party, all of them didn't say a thing to me and my wife the whole time.
It's because you're their work husband.
I guess.
They didn't want their husbands to get jealous.
Right,
Oh,
like,
that's the guy you talk to at work, and he's
hey,
black.
hey, how you
Girl,
doing?
we're gonna talk when we get home.
Right, in the car, in the car.
Carrie, we're gonna talk when we get in the car. Don't worry.
Exactly. And so, so that's, I was like, okay, well, if y'all acting that brand new towards me, then, it's all good type thing. So don't even, no, don't, yeah. So, so there's a lot of
that type of energy.
no, and so I'm very happy that I know a lot of, people that, don't feel compelled to do that. So, and so, right. And so, but that's a common thing that, like, you know, almost like, that's why you have to be careful who you hang out with, because, people will do all this out of pocket stuff, and, try to rationalize it because, you give them the time of day. And so you got to be, and so, so you got to be, careful, and, kind of, who you, normalized type thing. And so, yeah, I said, especially so Nebraska is,
make sure you call out those people so they, don't normalize that behavior.
Right. And, yep. You gotta be, stand up for what you believe in. If you see something that's wrong, say it's wrong. And, actually, I think they got a little bit of a tangent here, but, if, one of my things that I really enjoy, trying to do is to get my point across and to tell you how I feel without offending you. And so, because I don't like carrying things on my chest type thing, but I also don't want to, also not interested to be like a jerk or whatever to people. It's just because usually the message gets lost. If you're,
Sometimes you just have to tell it how it is.
yeah. And so, I mean, yeah, say, keep, it doesn't have to be all sugar coated and things, but the idea is to, not get the other person all worked up because your message gets lost. Right.
Yeah.
And, and so, like, so that's why I don't want to make you mad. I want you to, I want to be heard.
Yeah, you want to make them understand.
I want to make them understand, not just, you're this, you're that, you're this. But anyway, and so we're getting on a tangent. Talk about CBD.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about CBG. I'm gonna tell everybody what CBG is. I'm gonna read it from this website. It's called Cisco Labs, and it says, "What is CBG? CBG is cannabigerol is a non-psychoactive cannabinoid, typically most abundant in low THC and high CBD cannabis strains, including hemp. Like THC, CBG reacts with the cannabinoid receptors in the brain. However, CBG acts as a buffer to psychoactivity of THC by working to alleviate the paranoia sometimes caused by higher levels of THC. It does. CBG works to fight inflammation, pain, nausea, and works to slow the proliferation of cancer cells. All right, think about
Nice.
that. Think about that.
Right. And so I mean,
Research has shown it significantly reduces intraocular eye pressure caused by glaucoma. Strains high in CBG will be beneficial treating conditions such as inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's, and cancer. That right there is why I picked it up. That's why I started using CBG.
all right. Well, yeah, I think I'm actually
That
gonna.
description gave me fucking hope.
Yep, yep. And and hearing that reiterated again, like you know, I'm gonna go out and just actually buy. I've mentioned it before, but I'm gonna go ahead and invest in myself, and and get some of this CBG. And actually, guys, I was looking online, and it's actually pretty cheap. So unlike cannabis can be just so boutique and expensive.
Expensive, yeah.
Yeah, this kind of like all these oh yeah, boutique is a good word, like strains and stuff like that, just really really high end special stuff.
There's a lot of high end special CBD strains too, bro.
Now, yeah, now there are, yeah,
Don't get it twisted, man.
yeah. And
They
so
are.
CBG hasn't gotten that fancy yet. And so from what I've seen.
Ah, man, there's
Really?
one. My favorite one, the second one I tried, this joint right here, if I have it. It's called the lemon cream diesel.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
CBD. Yeah.
I'm just my point is
But
like things like that. There's not like there's like a couple of examples. There's not dozens of like cannabis. You can there's a different there's all the there's a name there's like 100 different names for 100 different strains type thing.
agree. There's
So,
so many different strains.
yeah, all these hybrids, there's
Like,
infinite.
people be mixing new strains with new strains, making new strains every
Yeah,
day, man.
I mean, like I mean, like Wiz Khalifa as an example, the rapper, like he literally, yeah, like I mean, yeah, Khalifa Kush,
Bro,
but that was.
I had Khalifa Kush, man, and
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, it's the best strain I've ever smoked. It felt like fucking love.
and the reason, I read it somewhere, but that he actually paid and hired a chemist to come up with that for him.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. People with Burner. Burner is the guy who's made cookies, company cookies, and he has his own strains, and cookies actually really good.
That's cool. Well, so yeah, so all that's to say, everybody that CBD, CBG, like of course talk to your doctor and those kind of things. Before you're considering changing, how you live your life, especially health wise and stuff. This, CBG and CBD products, I believe, are not regulated by the FDA, and so like we were saying before, so just make sure that all the documentation you can get, all the legit documentation you can get from what you're buying from.
Do not consume anything you don't know where it's coming from or
correct.
how it's made.
Correct. So and
especially
then
the vapes, guys. Do not buy random vapes, CBD vapes that you see at gas stations. Anything you see at a gas station, that's just not gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean that's where there's a big scandal about that all over the news because people were getting popcorn lung from the vitamin E that was in those, and so like those kind of every time you would take a puff, that mist or that oil would kind of go into microscopic droplets and kind of coat your lungs.
Yeah, that's why I stopped vaping and I moved on to flower.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I found hemp flower, honestly, because of that whole little scandal right there.
Right.
I was smoking hella carts, bro.
right.
Hella carts. But the fucked up thing is that you never know like what's in the carts because I never received I wasn't buying them at like legit places, you know what I mean?
Right, and I would buy, when I was still like like on this nicotine thing, I was buying the tobacco vapes and stuff like that, and nicotine vapes and things, and like, is it this kind of mystery? This whole mystery juice thing is just not worth it, man. So
it's really not, man. I'd rather just go the old natural route.
Yeah, exactly. Like if when I was like smoking,
I'm gonna smoke.
Yeah. If I was especially I was smoking nicotine and stuff, like I was like, why am I gonna like if I'm doing dumb stuff, I'm gonna go all the way. And so like I'm not gonna drinking this, smoking this diet cigarette type thing. So like, but And so, but anyway, with that, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
All right.
Um, you know, it was a fun little conversation,
Good
and
talk, guys.
yeah, and so you know, check us out on Twitch, Chill Ghost, Crohn's Veteran. Check us out on our website, www.crohnsveteran.com. Check out our merch store on Teespring, Crohn's Veteran store. You know, check us out. You know, on our webcast or what webcast, our podcast on Anchor, on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Hey, hold on, I gotta throw this one in there.
Yeah,
This is
definitely.
new. This is new, gents. You can catch the podcast now at www.crohnsveteran.tv.
Yes, you can. So
Yeah.
and so yep, and so you know, thanks for supporting our show. Please share it, sign up for a membership, you know, and help us spread awareness for, you know, for IBD and enrich people's lives. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right.